having a pretty notebook and pretty pens definitely doesn't hurt. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another video. My name is Renee. Thank you so much for coming back and watching another video of mine. Today is going to be really exciting because I'm going to be talking about something that I'm really passionate about and something that I actually do like in everyday life that really helps me. And it is journaling tips that I have for beginners. So say you want to get into journaling, or you're curious about just like how to journal or like the benefits of journaling, then this video is for you. Please keep watching, leave me a like or comment and subscribe. Yes, I am wearing a cheetah print velvet dress in the middle of summer in my room at 9 a.m. This is my channel. We have fun here, don't judge. I'll tell you how to live your life. Alright, so these are some journaling tips that I have for beginners. My name is Renee, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but let's get started. So 5 journaling tips for beginners. These are some tips that I have for you guys. So the first one is that there is no right way to journal. We keep journals for ourselves. For the most part, it's private and it's meant for your eyes only. So you're the only person that's really going to be reading it unless you're different and you want to share your journal with other people. I personally don't share my journal with anyone, but like in the rare case that you are, then I guess disregard that. But for the most part, it's for yourself, so there's not really a correct way to do it per se. So you don't have to feel any kind of pressure about that. And then depending on the day, you can take different approaches to journaling because there's different styles of journaling. For example, you can free write, you can do prompts, you can make like gratitude lists, or you can write about your plans and just like kind of talk to yourself while you're writing about what you're going to be doing that week and stuff. So there's so many different ways that you can journal and different approaches that you can take. Therefore, there cannot be a wrong way. And think of the journal as a blank canvas and you are the artist. You get to create the world that's inside. It's literally writing about whatever you want, so there's no way to do it incorrectly. So that's a tip that I have for beginners, that there's no incorrect way to journal. Journaling is like, you know, different for everybody and there's no wrong way to do it. So that shouldn't be a reason that holds you back from starting, in case you were wondering. Or maybe feel like you're doing it wrong. Like, we all have that feeling sometimes, but I don't think there's a wrong way to journal. So that's my first tip for you guys. And then my second tip is, like, I have written here, like, aesthetics. So invest into a journal that's nice to look at, something really pleasing to the eye. It will make you more excited and eager to write. You guys know that I'm really passionate about writing. I'm really passionate about reading, hence why I'm making this video, probably because I just feel like journaling is so like therapeutic and it can serve so many purposes, and I feel like everybody should kind of be tapped in that way. It's also a good way to like understand your own thoughts and stuff. But let me get back to what I was saying. So yeah, aesthetics are important when it comes to journaling. If you have something nice to look at, like a nice pretty journal, nice pretty pens, it's going to make you more excited to write and stuff, and it's going to put you in a certain vibe when you're writing. It'll kind of make you like more inspired. Like for example, I put on something pretty just because it's inspiring for me, like, and how I wear my hair, how I do my makeup influences how I act and stuff. So I think it's the same kind of thing when you're writing and when you are journaling. The same goes for pens and pencils you use. Like for example, I have like these really pretty colorful pens, and they're pretty inexpensive. They're from Papermate, and it was like a rainbow pack, and like, you know, I like to play around with different pens. I have like the felt tip markers sometimes for when I'm really trying to like sink something into my mind, and like, yeah, just have fun with it, make it an enjoyable experience. This is also an example of another journal. It's not really a journal, it's a planner. But it's still for writing nonetheless, and as you can see, 21, 22, and it's just like very pretty. It's like rainbow-ish, kind of like very girly, you know. I got it at Walmart, but it's just like, it makes me excited. One of my kind of weaknesses is organization, so I wanted to get a planner and like just, you know, inspire myself to be more organized, and maybe if I write it down, I will remember certain things more often instead of like logging everything onto my phone. So this is kind of something that I did to keep myself inspired, but I feel like the same thing can work for journaling too. I write so much that I go through notebooks very fast, so for the sake of my pockets, I'll just get like the colored composition books and stuff, or like a 5-subject notebook, because I write a lot. But if you're just starting, or you want to just like make journaling more of a habit and stuff, then I definitely recommend getting a nice cute one, and some nice pens that you use specifically for journaling, so that you can kind of get into your zone when you're writing. This kind of goes into what I was saying, creating a nice environment when you're writing to encourage a deeper sense of contemplation, and focus on whatever it is that you're writing at that time. For example, candles you can light while you're writing, just to like make your space more aesthetically pleasing. Writing in the park if you're into that, and I like writing at Central Park sometimes, I admit, but I have to be like by myself, like there can't be anybody in my nearby vicinity. But and also, like, if you want to write facing the window and stuff, I do that as well. Just like create a nice environment when you're writing, and it'll help you while you're journaling, if you're trying to make it more of a consistent kind of thing. Bottom line is, aesthetics are a great way to stay inspired, and this applies to many other things in life as well. So like I was saying, I think what you wear is a big part of aesthetics, and a big part of like how you go about your day and how you carry yourself and stuff. So in general, I just really appreciate aesthetics, and I think that when it comes to journaling, it's something that definitely helps me keep it as a habit and do it consistently, because I genuinely enjoy journaling. I do it like in the morning, and I have like a whole little thing that I do, but having a pretty notebook and pretty pens definitely doesn't hurt. So aesthetics is my second tip for beginners. My third tip for journaling, what is the title of this video? My third tip for journaling for beginners is that you should make it a part of your routine. So whether it be a certain time of day, for example, I usually write first thing in the morning with my morning coffee. I kind of just like write a page or 2 pages depending on how much, but normally it is about 1 page because my notebook is like very big. But whether it be a certain time of day, for example, that's what I do, but it can be different for you. Maybe you prefer writing at night or something, or a certain day of the week, or a certain day when you're in a certain place, like maybe you want to write before you go into work or something. Just making it a part of your routine. Making it a part of your routine in one way or another helps you to maximize the positive impact that it can have on your mental health. So we've all heard about how journaling can help with your mental health, although it also does a lot of other things. But if you are doing it for the purpose of bettering your mental health and kind of like clearing your mind, which I recommend, then in one way or another, you should find a way to incorporate it into your routine, and you will feel better, and you probably you know, start your day off right, or end your day off right, you know what I mean, and kind of like clear your mind when you make it a part of your routine. If you do it like every once in a while, I think it's still good because you're still writing and stuff, but making it a part of your routine is pretty important. It's something that I've done, it's something that helped me a lot, and it's something that I continue to do, so why wouldn't I recommend it to you guys? But it also helps you in creating a journaling habit, which can only benefit you, and it puts it kind of like on autopilot when you know at what point in the day you're going to be journaling. You don't have to really think about it, you just kind of do it. It's just a part of your life now, which is something that I did. So making it a part of your routine is my third tip. My fourth tip is that you should find the journaling style that suits you best and start there. So if you don't know where to start when it comes to journaling, or maybe you just don't like writing is not really your thing, or like you have this thing in your mind like, I'm not a good writer, like, you know, who cares? It's something that you're doing for yourself at the end of the day, so you don't have to worry about being judged or anything. But find the journaling style that suits you best and start there. So find something that you actually like writing about, find a style of writing that you enjoy, find whatever it is that you like that you can incorporate journaling into, and start there, and it will probably most likely lead you into writing about other things and different styles of writing in the future. So there are different styles of journaling. Writing down your feelings, you know, that's like what we think of when we think of journaling, like writing in our little diary. Journaling prompts, which is something that I've kind of gotten more into, but it wasn't something that I started doing. Like I said, it can kind of lead you into other things when you start writing in general. But yeah, there's journaling prompts. You can do a free write where you're just venting, and I would recommend venting in a journal and not toxic venting to friends, because I feel like that's really emotionally draining, whether you're the one doing it or whether you're on the receiving end. Journaling is a better alternative to that kind of thing, you know. If you're like, sometimes when you write and you read it over, you realize like how much you're complaining, and you start to annoy yourself, and you're kind of more conscious of how you're carrying yourself in real life. Like, journaling is just so great. I'm all for like the self-awareness that it helps you like develop. So yeah, there's free writing. You can do journaling prompts if you really need some help with what to write about. You can do a gratitude journal, which is really popular now, like, you know, just writing about what you're grateful for to like raise your vibration and stuff, or just like for whatever purpose you're doing it for. There's gratitude journals. You can write poems, you know, you can write a story, you could do so many things. So find whatever writing style you like the best and start there when it comes to journaling. Me personally, for those that are just starting out, I would recommend a journaling method that is discussed in a book called The Artist's Way, which you guys have probably heard of by now. And it's like one of the exercises in there where I believe like first thing in the morning you just write 3 pages, and you don't have to necessarily think about what you're going to write. Just like write and write and write and write and write whatever is in your mind. Just write it. Even if you are not thinking about anything, I am not thinking about anything, just keep writing. And this is basically a free write. And it helps you with your creativity and stuff. But I think that that's a really good way to get started, because I think when I started journaling again, like really incorporating it into my life, that is what I was doing. Although I do like 1 page a day now or something like that, it's a great way to kind of like get your thoughts out and get inspired, because you never know sometimes you don't know what's on your mind until you like write it out, and you don't know like what your thoughts are until you write them down. And there's even a thing, it's like a theory that I actually wrote it here. Wow. I've also heard that many times we write, even if we think we have nothing to say, the essence of what is on your mind can often come out unconsciously while you're writing. So you could be writing, you know, 10 pages, and then on the 9th page at the end, when you're kind of just like writing mindlessly, you write something down that's actually very profound, and that was something that was like in your subconscious kind of thing, if you want to get into like that kind of conversation. But yeah, just find the journaling style that suits you best and start there. I would recommend the method in The Artist's Way, where you write 3 pages and just kind of see what comes out every day. It's a good way to get into the habit of journaling. So my 5th tip for journaling for beginners is that you get to decide the purpose that journaling gets to serve for you. So if you want to start journaling for one reason or another, you get to decide what it's going to help you with. Whether you want to use it to process your emotions, which is something that I do a lot, to organize your day or life, to foster your creativity, like maybe you want to get into creative writing, you get to decide what journaling is going to do for you, and you get to work on that, and you get to set that intention for journaling. There might be different purposes on different days. You know, you might choose to journal for this reason one day, for that reason another day, but ultimately you get to decide. Overall, journaling is there as an aid. It's a way to better understand yourself and make sense of all of these thoughts that become jumbled on a day-to-day basis. Which thoughts are your own, and which came from a show you watched or a person to talk to, the person that you talk to. You know, you kind of like get to really tap in with yourself and understand yourself better through journaling, I personally believe. And it's a good way to practice solitude and truly spend some time with yourself. And on that note, I'm gonna leave you guys with like a really jumbled quote that I'm probably getting wrong from this book that I read called Digital Minimalism. And the quote is about solitude, and they define solitude as like really spending time with your own thoughts outside of the influence of anyone else. So like when you're in the park and you have your headphones on and you're walking around, that's not solitude, even though you are alone and you're doing an activity alone. You know, the music, whatever messages are in the music, or if you're on YouTube listening to something, that's not solitude, because those are not your own thoughts. You're getting thoughts fed to you. You're consuming a form of media, you're consuming a form of distraction, whatever. So solitude is like when you're really quiet and, you know, just taking a second with your own thoughts and making sense of those. And I truly, honestly, am really passionate about journaling, and I feel like it is one of the best ways to practice solitude. And you know, solitude is very, very important and enlightening, and I can really go on a rant about that, but these are some journaling tips that I have for beginners. If you don't journal and you're thinking about journaling, girl, these are my kind of like reasons for why I think it's beneficial / how to get started if you don't know where to start. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense. And you know, what are your thoughts about journaling? What do you journal for? What do you journal about? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, happy writing, happy journaling, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a new video sometime. I'm kind of gonna stop saying when I'm gonna upload because I'm just going with the vibes. You know, I have been feeling like being on the camera more often though, so I'm probably gonna see you guys soon. But leave me a like, leave me a comment if you enjoyed. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.